A body found nearly 25 years ago in a Kentucky lake has now been identified as the Fort Smith fugitive you see on your screen, Roger Parham. All these years later, he was identified through DNA technology. Parham went missing in 1999 and was facing multiple charges, including rape of a minor. He was out on bond, but didn't appear for his court date. That's when the search began. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Chad Mura.
And I'm Chelsea Helms. This is the wanted poster sent out by the FBI at the time of his disappearance. The picture you see here, taken around 1997, it describes Parham as a very charming man who works odd jobs so he can get paid in cash. At the time, the FBI warned he may be traveling to Mexico, but he was actually found here in the bottom of Lake Barkley in Kentucky in 1999, found by two fishermen. That's just southeast of Paducah on the land between the National Recreational Area.
KNWA's Brianna Moore talked with a Kentucky detective who's been on this case with more on how they finally cracked it. Brianna.
I talked with Dean Patterson of Kentucky Police Department, who says his latest discovery is just one step closer to solving this case.
Dean Patterson is a lieutenant detective for Kentucky State Police. Patterson has worked the case of Roger Dale Parham for several years.
The family wanted to know where their loved one was, and we wanted to know who this person was. We spend a lot of resources, and, these cases get personal to the investigators.
In 1999, Parham, accused of raping a minor, was scheduled to go to court in Fort Smith, but when he didn't show up, authorities knew he had taken off. Later that year, fishermen found Parham's body in Lake Barkley in Kentucky in 1999, wrapped with tire chains and anchored by a hydraulic jack. But at the time, there was no way for investigators to know who the body belonged to.
Obviously, especially in the summer months, it's not uncommon to recover bodies in recreational lakes, but this obviously was different. And unfortunately, based upon what was available at the time, we just didn't have enough to determine who the person was.
Kentucky State Police exhumed the body in 2016 to try and identify it again, but that also didn't work out. It wasn't until this year when state police partnered with Ortham Incorporated for genetic DNA testing.
And, usually these things, I've read case studies where this type of testing has been successful, but it takes a lot of time sometimes to get those results, if you get a result. And this one came back rather quick.
Ending a decades-long question, but the nature of his death still remains a mystery.
For more information on the case, head to our website, KNWA.com. In studio, Brianna Moore, KNWA, Northwest Arkansas News.